Julian Cross never forgot her, not the way her laughter rose above the noise of New York nightlife, not the warmth in her eyes when she looked at him like he was just a man instead of a billionaire who owned half the skyline. He remembered the night vividly. A charity gala. 100 glittering people. Crystal chandeliers. Fake smiles. The usual world he floated in. And then she walked in. A black woman in a simple emerald dress, curves soft, beauty warm, eyes curious, not painted with arrogance like everyone else in the room. She wasn't rich. She wasn't famous. She wasn't pretending. Her name was Amora Lewis. A teacher. A woman with kindness pouring from her spirit. And he was mesmerized. They talked that night. Talked until the music faded, until people left, until the empty ballroom felt like it belonged only to the two of them. She wasn't impressed by his money. She didn't care about his name. She made him feel human. When they ended up in his penthouse hours later, laughing, kissing, wrapped in each other like they'd known each other for years, it wasn't supposed to be forever. Just one night. One perfect, impossible night. But when he woke, she was gone. Not a note. Not a number. Nothing. It felt like she'd been a dream he wasn't meant to keep. Julian searched. He used his private investigator. He checked charity guest lists. He even contacted the school she said she worked at. But she had vanished. No one knew where she went. No one had seen her. It was as if she'd erased herself from the world. And it broke something inside him. Julian was no longer the same man. He worked harder. Slept less. Felt nothing. Dates bored him. Parties drained him. Money meant little. Women came and went, but none of them had her smile. None had her softness. None made him feel alive. Until the night rain flooded Manhattan and he took an unfamiliar turn while driving home, just to escape his own thoughts. That's when he saw it. A small community center, lights warm against the rain. And through the glass window, Amora. His breath stopped. She was sweeping glitter off the floor, laughing at some child's joke, her curls tied up, her face radiant with the same quiet joy he remembered. She wasn't dressed like the women he knew. She didn't glow with diamonds. She glowed with life. He parked without thinking. His heart hammered as he stepped inside. She turned. Their eyes collided. Her broom slipped from her hand. "Amora," he whispered. But her smile didn't return. Her body stiffened. "Julian," she said softly, like the name hurt. He walked toward her slowly. "I looked for you everywhere." "I know." "You know," he breathed. "Yes." "Then why did you disappear?" She swallowed hard, glancing at the kids finishing their art class in the back. "Not here." She led him outside, where rain drummed softly on the awning. Amora kept her arms folded tight, as if holding herself together. "Why did you leave?" he asked again, voice breaking. "You weren't supposed to care," she whispered. "But I did." She closed her eyes, fighting something inside. "Amora, tell me." When her eyes opened, there was a pain in them he hadn't expected. "Julian, I was pregnant." The world tilted. His breath vanished. "Pregnant?" He stared at her, chest pounding. Where is the child?" Tears filled her eyes, not falling, hovering like glass. "Inside," she whispered. "She's 2. A daughter." He had a daughter. Julian stumbled back, grabbing the railing. His mind spun, memories of that night, her warmth, her kiss, and now a child. His child. "You left because of that," he whispered, voice cracking. "Julian, your world was too dangerous. Too demanding. Too public." Her voice trembled. "I didn't want my baby to be a photo for tabloids. I didn't want her raised as a story. As someone's leverage. I didn't want her to be treated like a mistake." "A mistake," he choked out. "You thought I wouldn't want her." "You never wanted forever," she whispered, pain slipping through her voice. "You told me that night wasn't real. That you weren't a relationship man." He remembered saying that. He had been scared. He had been lonely. He had been wrong. Amora continued, voice breaking. "And I couldn't risk being rejected. Not when I was carrying a life. Rejected. Julian stepped closer. Amora, if I knew, if I even imagined. But I didn't want money, she cut him. Or pity. Or a billionaire claiming responsibility. I wanted my child to have love. Real love. Her chin lifted. And she does. The blow landed hard. He sank onto the bench, raindrops mixing with his tears. Can I see her? He whispered. Amora hesitated. Time slowed. Then she nodded. The little girl ran out from the art room, curly hair bouncing, paint on her tiny hands. Mommy, look. I made a son. Julian froze. She looked like her, same eyes, same curls. But when she turned toward him, her smile widened. Hi, she chirped. Are you one of Mommy's friends? Julian swallowed hard. His voice cracked. Yes, I'm a friend. She hopped closer, eyes bright. Wanna see my painting? He knelt, knees trembling. More than anything. She held up a paper filled with messy yellow strokes. It's beautiful, he whispered. The little girl beamed and hugged him without warning. Amora gasped. Julian's heart shattered and rebuilt itself at the same time. When the girl ran back inside, Amora whispered. She never hugs strangers. He wiped tears from his jaw. She recognized me. Amora's lips trembled. Julian. He stood. No more running. Not from me. Not from us. I didn't run from you, she said softly. I ran from the world you live in. Then let me make a new one, he breathed. For her. For you. Amora shook her head, tears falling. It's not that simple. It is, he said instantly. I'll protect her. I'll protect you. Money isn't my power, Amora, love is. And I've lived without it for 2 years. She stared at him, breath shaking. I'm not asking for a second chance, he whispered. I'm begging for one. He held her trembling hands. Do you still feel something for me? She looked away. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. Her voice was small when she finally spoke. Yes, she whispered. I never stopped. Julian stepped closer, forehead against hers. Then don't disappear again. She sobbed into his chest. It took weeks. Weeks of conversations. Of gentle introductions to their daughter. Of trust rebuilt piece by fragile piece. Julian never missed a day. He walked Amora and their girl home. He read bedtime stories. He fixed the broken sink in her apartment. He brought groceries, not gifts. Love, not pressure. Presence, not power. One evening, their daughter asleep in her arms, Amora whispered. She calls you her sunshine man. His breath caught. Why? Because every time you come, she says the world feels brighter. Julian shook with quiet sobs. Amora, I want to come every day. For the rest of my life. She looked into his eyes, really looked. And something inside her unlocked. Then stay, she whispered. He kissed her, not like their first night, wild and breathless, but soft, reverent, full of years of missing her. This time, she didn't run. And neither did he. A billionaire who lost her once, found everything when he found her again.